Alright guys, it is a good idea to keep your grenade pins if you ever do this. Your tensioners aren't usually bad. You don't have to always replace them. I can't push that one back in. This thing's still good. So, what we'll do is first get this hole to line up with the actual freaking hole there. Alright. You gotta have a vise to do this because these things actually go down pretty hard. And if it's resisting you, that is a good sign. So, there you go. Grenade pin installed. Blam. Good to go. That way you can have this bad boy ready for when you install it in there after you get your belt on. Alright, back to the grind. Okay, so a lot of times people want you to take all this off to get this belt on because this pulley back here sets behind the actual the reluctor wheel for the actual crank angle sensor. So if you undo the crank angle sensor and you twist this, you get the belt out, and then you twist this until this is up here so you don't have this pinch point. You can pull the belt down this way, and then you just kind of walk this side up and then down, and you can pull the belt out from behind here in this space right here. So you kind of have to walk it down a little bit to get it past this bolt area, and then you can actually slowly get the belt out. You got to be real careful. Do not bend this plate. It will take out your crank angle sensor, and that's a bad day. And then also, I'm going to put this back on. Always Loctite these bolts with medium Loctite. Guess you can do the red, but I recommend the blue. But don't use a lot of Loctite, but Loctite these bolts. They tend to vibrate loose, and then this thing will come up and it'll actually freaking break the crank angle sensor. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to Loctite this guy on, and then I'm going to go ahead and stretch this belt down and around. And also, to help yourself, you got to cock this thing about like that far. As you can tell, see, that's lined up, and that's just a bit out of line. So when you pull the belt on this side, it'll pull itself into phase. Not to mention, you got to do the same thing on the crank. The crank lineup is right there, as you can see, and you got to pull that out just a little bit. So I'll set up the camera and kind of show you, my process and an easy way to do this, and saves you a lot of time and headache because you gotta pull everything into phase with these motors. So we'll go ahead and get started. All right, hopefully this isn't too close, but I've got, okay, so this one gotta come down. All right, let's get this belt rocking and rolling. Okay, so I don't know if it's supposed to be that far out. Okay, that is right on the money. So, when you go out about yay far, that should be it right there. I don't know if you can tell, but my mark is off just a little bit. Not crazy, just a wee bit. So, alright. That should hold itself fairly well. Take your tensioner, your hydraulic tensioner, get it in there. Okay. Probably come down the shoulder. Oops. Get a real ratchet on there. Get these nice and tight. They're going into the block, so you want to get a good reef on them. There we go. So the eccentric pulley up here, that's a 14 millimeter. You grab your Specialized Wally Wazoo freaking tool here, get it in there, and then once you start achieving the proper tension on this bad boy, your mark should come damn close to lining up. Just go ahead and tighten that down a little bit. All right. That is a wee bit on the tight side, but I mean, my mark is damn close. All the other marks are pretty much right on the money. That's pretty much on the money right there, so yeah, let's go ahead and loosen this up just a little bit so it's not so damn tight up there. That would be tightening. All right. Let's just bring this thing down. Usually, I've always put him in like the 4 o'clock position, you know, 3, 4 or 5 o'clock position, depending on the belt. And I've had really good luck because you want up above, in between the cams, you want just a wee bit of slack, not a lot, just a little bit. That's nice and loose. Grenade pin sliding in and out good. All right, let me go up, check up above. Got a wee bit of slack. All right. Now for the test. All right. Normally, well, crap, I'm gonna wait until I get this pulley on its way. We'll go ahead and wait for that, and then we'll just go ahead and do the test. We'll turn the motor over. We'll make sure that I can slide this in and out still, because this tensioner can go in further and go out, and you want it to be right in the middle, you know. So this being loose, after you pull it out and you turn the motor over, is what you want. But I'm going to wait until I have this pulley to tighten up that belt, and then we'll finalize this, and I can put it all back together and move it out of here and put this on hold and get started on the next projecto.